Welcome back. You're still watching Beautiful Day. This is Weather HQ. The National Food Authority is set to auction off 60,000 metric tons of aging rice stocks this September. The move aims to free up warehouse space, prevent spoilage, and make way for the purchase of more palay from local farmers. Now, before opening the sale to the public, priority will be given to government relief agencies. But what does this mean for our rice supply and for our local farmers? To tell us more about this, we're joined via phone patch by Agriculture Secretary, or rather Assistant Secretary Arnel de Mesa. Magandang umaga, Asek. Welcome to Beautiful Day.
Hi, Paolo. Good morning. Good morning to all our listeners.
Asek, let's start off first with yung dahilan po. Why are we going to auction off 60,000 metric tons? And we mentioned aging rice. What does this actually mean?
Yes, Paolo. Aging rice means ito yung mga 3 months as per definition ng Republic Act 078. Ito yung mga bigas na 3 months or older ay pwede nang ilabas for disposition ng National Food Authority. So the main reason, you're correct, una, to free up yung spaces ng mga warehouses ng ating National Food Authority kasi we know nag-start ng August until October, yun yung peak season ng harvest. For the main crop natin, we're expecting more than 11 million metric tons of palay na ma-harvest natin ngayon. And about 5 to 10% yan baka kayang i-absorb ng National Food Authority. So with that amount na ma-harvest, so we really need to free up space. And at the same time, yung mga aging stocks talaga ng NFA, may labas din.
Sir, si Agriculture Secretary Francisco Chu Laurel Jr. did issue a statement na handa na siya sa mga criticism when it comes to the auctioning of these aging rice. The questions are expected, rather, are going to be about yung quality po ng rice. That they might be weevil infested, that they might be of poor quality. And now, inunahan na niya po. But then when we talk about these concerns, what more can you add to that po?
If you look at the Paolo, doon sa buong 60,000 metric tons, that's about 1.2 million bags. At about 50% yan, ang age niyan is more than 3 months but less than 6 months. Kukunti lang yung mga 19,000 bags yung more than 18 months old. So depende yan. And ito naman mga stocks na to, ano yan talaga, hindi naman yan ibebenta i-auction kung hindi okay yung quality. But of course, due to age ng stocks, siyempre makikita natin yung iba dyan, nag-deteriorate as time goes by. So yun yung mga ilang issues. Pero yun din yung main reason bakit i-auction yan, para mabawasan o maiwasan yung patuloy na deterioration ng ilang bigas natin.
Na-mention niyo po, relief agencies will be given priority. How much of these stocks are expected to actually be released to the relief agencies?
Depende kung gaano karami yung gusto nilang bilhin, of course. That's why it's being offered first to them. Not unlike before kasi na basta lang ibinebenta without auction kung sino may gusto. Ngayon, priority talaga is yung relief agencies. Kasi nung una nga, maraming binibili ng DSWD pero sabi dati walang maibenta. So ngayon, priority talaga sila, pati mga lokal na pamahalan. If they want to buy from this 60,000 metric tons. And then yung matira doon, yun yung papasok natin for auction.
Asek, the graduated pricing scheme that will be adopted will range from 27.96 pesos down to 25.01 pesos per kilo, if I'm not mistaken, depending on yung storage age of the rice. Is this correct po? And how will this system actually work?
Yes, that's correct, Paolo. Meron kasing tinatawag na minimum auction price. This is computed based on landed cost, halimbawa ng imported, lumalabas na 29.43. So ito yung for comparison and for computation lang. And then they came up with a reduction rate. Depende kung ano nga yung age ng stocks. So kung ang age niya is more than 3 months but less than 6 months, the reduction rate is 5% from 29.43. Kaya yung pinakamahal na minimum auction price will be 27 pesos and 96 centavos for more than 3 months but less than 6 months. Yun naman pinakamura, yung more than 18 months, yung age ng stocks, yung reduction rate will be 15%. So, kung ibabawas mo yun sa 29.43, lalabas is 25 pesos and 2 centavos. That's how the computation came about.
ASEC, 60,000 metric tons represents about 13% of the NFA's buffer stock. When we take a look at the actual rice buffer supply, yung 12-day particularly, rice buffer supply, how will this actually affect yung supply po natin?
Yes, that's correct. 60,000 metric tons is 13% of 450,000 metric tons. Hindi naman siya makaapekto dahil right now, gusto nga natin mailabas mas marami kasi gusto natin makapamili na mas maraming palay sa ating mga magsasaka now that the harvest season for the wet season or main crop natin is ongoing. So, ongoing din. If you look at 13%, 60,000, so marami pa rin yung pwede natin na ibenta doon sa ating mga programa ngayon for both the 20 pesos at saka yung sa Rice for All natin. So, we have actually big stocks pa. The main reason really is to dispose of this either through Kadiwa or through this auction. So, there's no concern on availability of stocks for other purposes.
ASEC Secretary Chu Laurel did mention that this move in particular is in line with President Marcos's directive na isuspend yung rice imports natin for 2 months, I believe starting September 1. When we talk about yung auction na to and complementing that policy in particular, paano to in line po?
In line siya doon sa fact na we want to increase yung presyo ng farm gate. Kasi the main intent noong suspension, aside from the fact na ang dami talagang pumasok na imported na bigas at bumagsak sobra yung presyo ng farm gate, lalo na palapit yung anihan. So kung ganito na maglalabas ka sa auction, yung 13% plus patuloy yung sa kadiwa mo and other purposes, so ibig sabihin mas marami kang maibebenta o mabibili, mapoprocure na palay sa ating mga magsasaka. So yun yung pinaka-intent natin. At eventually nga, we're hoping that the Congress and the Senate will pass yung bill that will amend the rice tarification law on 2 aspects or fronts ng NFA mandates. One is on regulation, the other one is on sa trade or sa market intervention niya, wherein NFA can now easily sell yung stocks niya sa mga NFA accredited retailers, sa mga palengke. So in this case, hindi na natin kakailanganin pa itong makikiusap tayo sa LGU, sa ibang agencies for them to buy yung stocks natin. So yung pagbili and paglabas ng stocks will be now much easier. At the end, NFA can buy more palay sa ating mga magsasaka at price na maganda para sa ating farmers. Kasi ngayon nasa 23, 24 pesos yung bili ni NFA compared to say 15, 16 pesos sa mga traders.
ASEC, I want to talk about the fact that yung auction na to might actually become a regular activity ng NFA, especially there have been indications that this might be the case. But we also have to go back to the fact that there was a previous plan to auction mga palay naman po. But then this was also scrapped due to low market prices. When we talk about yung auctioning process po ng NFA, what key lessons are we deriving from yung mga past experience po ninyo and how can they be even improved as time goes by if this becomes a regular occurrence po?
Malaki na yung pagbabago, Paolo. Remember before yung naging problema ni NFA na kung saan hindi muna niya inaalok sa mga government relief agencies. Directly niya binebenta, sometimes without auction. At yun nga, masyado mababa, lugi si NFA. So right now, we're correcting all those past mistakes to ensure na mauna, na makinabang yung mga government relief agencies. At pangalawa, mailabas siya sa proseso na very transparent at the same time kikita pa rin yung NFA based on the age ng stocks natin. So we're gonna be improving, of course, our processes and mechanics as we go along sa proseso na to, and we welcome all suggestions and recommendations for us to further improve pa.
ASEC will be keeping an eye on these developments and hopefully get more updates on the auction as well. On the line is Agriculture Assistant Secretary Arnel de Mesa. Maraming salamat po. Thank you so much for sharing your insights here on Weather HQ and beautiful day. Maraming salamat.
Thanks as well, Paolo. Good day.